Al-Salam, Queen of Queens, Phoenix Ramadan L. Jackson, back in the light of Al Brazeera Cyber Network. Tonight's Aquarius video, new moon video conversation on Jackson's Green Arc is regarding the exact reason why the World Trade Center has to go down. Why Islam was used as a scapegoat, and the religious extremism behind it. Okay, that for all of it. Okay, all the terror attacks, false flag attacks, from the one that just recently happened. What supposedly happened in Ohio State University, right? ISIS was supposed to have struck there, right? These are what, like the superhero bad guys, right? ISIS strikes again, right? Okay, so anyway, so religious extremism is behind all of that, and we're going to see exactly why, the Twin Towers had to go down, now, we're going to discuss that, rather. Okay, so the reason behind the Twin Towers having to be destroyed, because, as I said, they represented Babylon 2. That's why they were twin towers, Babylon 2. So everything in the old world order had to be, part of the old world order had to be destroyed, okay? Because in order for there to be a new, the old has to go. Out with the old, in with the new, correct? Okay, so the same ideology, okay, pursued the destruction of the world Twin Towers, or Babylon 2, okay? And just with the, as well as the Babylon 2, everything in Babylon 2 has to be destroyed. Everything, the commercial market has to be destroyed. It has to structure new laws, new regulations, okay, in order for it to be what? A new world order. Everything has to be cleansed or purified or purged and all this kind of stuff, right? So that's why you see a lot of that. And Babylon, the Twin Towers represented that, okay? Okay, so as we said, it represented Babylon 2, and they had to be destroyed. They had to be collapsed. And in front of the very eyes of everyone, right? Because then on Judgment Day, no one can say they did not know, they did not see, because they saw, they heard, okay? They came, they saw, and they heard, okay? They witnessed it, okay? Now, so it's up to them to find out what's really going on, right? Okay, so they had to collapse the towers, right? But they, because the New World Order was coming in, right? So they had to be in harmony. The religious extremists who are behind these massive attacks on humanity, right? These religious extremists, they have to, in order to construct the New World Order, they have to, as I said, they have to destroy the old, okay? Some things have to be sacrificed, right? Okay, so and they as I said, they couldn't just do it without a reason, right? So and do it in front of your face, right? So they had to blame Islam, right? They had to blame somebody, and in the same time get the global war started, right? Against what they call it, War of Armageddon, right? So by blaming the Muslims, right, and get them out the way, right? Okay. So they use Islam to cover their real intentions, okay, for the destruction of Babylon 2. Now they need to destroy Babylon 2 because, as I said, building Babylon 3, but more important, build Babylon 3 strong so that that Babylon 3 would be prepared to receive the Antichrist, Dajjal, the Antichrist Dajjal. The Dajjal is the same as the Antichrist. In Islam, we call him the Dajjal. But, so it had to do, in order for him to transfer power, or to give power to the to give power to the Antichrist, right? The Antichrist Dajjal. When he does battle with the real prophet born of a virgin. So that's the real reason why the Twin Towers had to go down, because they represented Babylon 2, and Babylon 2 being part of the Old World Order, the Old World Order ending at what? It ended officially at 250 in October. I think it was October 14th, 2015, and the new 24,000 year cycle began. Okay, so we're in the second year of the new 24,000 year cycle. So they want to construct new Babylon 3 in this new world. That's why they call it a new world. But it's also a new world order, because it's a order that goes against the natural order. Okay? Okay, so they want to destroy they want to construct Babylon 3 so that they can pass it off to the Antichrist, so the Antichrist can fight the real Christ. So they prepare, because they know he's going to come. They know the real prophet born of a virgin is going to come. Okay? So they really need to transfer power. So take power from America, okay, and the old world power, because in the old world, America represented the superpower, right? It was the last remaining superpower, so that last remaining superpower has to go to the new superpower, which is controlled by the religious extremists, right? The synagogue of Satan, right? The synagogue of Satan are the religious extremists, all right? Okay, they are the religious extremists, okay, born out of the what? The synagogue of Satan would be the impostor Jews, and the impostor Jews are the synagogue of Satan, coming from the Khazarian people, the Khazars. Yeah, they come from the Khazars, the Gog and Magog, and they're in Palestine right now under the banner of Israel, but they are the fake imposter Israeli state, okay? And they are the synagogue of Satan, the Khazar synagogue of Satan, sponsored by the Vatican, okay? And who are funded by through the Vatican Central, Global Central World Banking, okay, under their Federal Reserve System. And if you think the Trump is going to end that orientation, okay, you're absolutely wrong. Okay, he's not going to change directions and work for the people and become the great humanitarian at 70 years old, right? Okay, so if you're thinking that, you seriously are a separatist in regard to your consciousness, because of the universe is pointing you away from that synagogue of Satan. History is turning you away from it. Science is turning you away from it. Prophecy is turning you away from it. Revelations is turning you away from it. So if you're still going toward being led by the synagogue of Satan, supporting Zionist Israel, Khazar Israel, who is ciphering all of the power of America away, okay? Ciphering all the power of America toward to support the synagogue of Satan, the Antichrist, okay? Those who would impose those who would pretend to be Jews. Zionists pretend to be Jews. They're Zionists, Gog and Magog from the Caucasus Mountains. They are the people of Khazar. Okay, So if American churches are supporting the Zionists and talking about they're the Jews and all this kind of stuff, you really need to wake up, okay? Because they're not the Jews. They're the synagogue of Satan. They're imposters. They did 9/11 so that they could initiate this war between America and Muslim countries and get that global war going on between Christians and Jews. Because eventually, if they the synagogue of Satan and Christians go against Satan, are you going to bow down to Satan and support Satan? So if you don't support Satan, they're going to come after you too. Okay, so stop dreaming and stop pretending yourself and thinking that the Trump is going to save the world. Okay, because he's not going to save the world. He's trying to save his world. He's part of that that new world order stuff. Okay, that transgender religious extremism where they mutilate their children prior to their children even being able to walk or talk, and basically that is to make the child consciously conform to the consciousness of what would be a male consciousness. And then to mutilate the child physically by mutilating their genitals and transforming to reflect that would their adopted consciousness would be male, so their genital would be reconstructed to reflect that. And it's been very, very staged all over the internet that Trump's daughter Vanka is a transgender, and you know. So. Now, I'm not saying that adults have the right to select whatever they want to do with their body, right? But these are children we're talking about who do not have a choice, okay? So that's mutilation, that's religious extremism, to do that, to support Zionism to that degree, the synagogue of Satan to that degree, okay? So you need to get your if you support thinking that things are going to change and you're not going to have to change your orientation and your conscious orientation and get out that consciousness of that fascist consciousness, okay, that inhumane consciousness, that Islamophobia consciousness, that, better think again, okay? Anyway, so what do we say? Okay, so to attack Islam was a cover. The intentions were to distract humanity, okay, away from the real intentions, okay, and that is the destruction of old Babylon 2 and the reconstruction of Babylon 3. I pray to Allah, inshallah, that Babylon 3 never gets reconstructed, never has an opportunity of being constructed. Anyway, so that's the reason behind the world trade attacks. Okay, was to get rid of Babylon 2 and construct Babylon 3, so it would be prepared to attack the prophet born of a virgin when he comes and rises out of Syria. Then the rise of ISIS, right? To play the game with the rise of ISIS, keep Americans scared and more drawn into conflict and into into fighting, of the proxy army ISIS, right? So, and then deplete the military weapons, America's strong military system, right? Defense system, right? Okay, so, and continue to create debt, and then eventually the market collapse, right? Because that has to happen too, right? Because everything about the old world order has to be destroyed, okay? You got to get that through your thinking. Okay, it's the only way you're going to survive is to create a new party. What they call it, the Republican Democrat Party. That ain't no human party. It ain't a party for humans. Okay, it's not a party for humans. That's a party for those plutocratic, autocratic, oligarchy, inhumane, beastly beings. Okay. So. What did I say? Okay. They want to transfer power to Israel, okay, and by consolidating the three powers, okay, the three powers to reflect, they need to consolidate the three powers taken from America, which represents the military aspect of the beast power. They want to take the commercial power from the so-called Lords of London, right? Because that represents the economic power, right? Then they want to take the power from the Vatican, right? Because that represents the conscious mind, the spiritual head, right? That the Godhead, right? So put that all in one body, the commercial, military, and what? And the head, Godhead, have it all in one. And Israel have absolute power, right? Over all the world, absolute dominion over all the world, because over the world under the guise of what? Oh, the prophet, the statement that Israel was committed to. The land of Israel was promised. The land of Palestine was so-called promised to Israel, the children of Israel, right? When the real children of Israel are the Bantu children, okay, of the Hebrew Bantu children, okay, who are spread throughout Africa, okay, and current Palestinians that are in Palestine, right? And they've done DNA testing to prove that too, okay? So if the land belongs to anybody, it belongs to the Bantu Hebrew people that are distributed up throughout Africa as well as in America, and the Palestinian people that are currently there, right? Okay, so they want to conjoin all that power, right? And Babylon 3, okay? Because what? Israel represents what? It represents the little horn on the beast with 10 toes. Okay? So, the manner in which Christians and Zionist Jews are to be known when the prophet of the Virgin arrives is, okay, so this is what I'm saying is, when the way that Christians and Jews, the way you're going to know that the prophet born of a virgin has arrived is there's this army that is to rise out of, it's going to rise, where's it going to rise from? I think it's going to rise from Syria, or well, there's this army that's going to rise, okay? It may rise out of Syria, I'm not certain, I can't remember exactly where, okay? But it's going to rise, and it's going to meet the army of El Saud, okay? The House of Saud, not necessarily the one only, because there's not just one El Saud, there's a family of that's El Saud. So it's going to meet, okay, that the representatives of that ruling family, the military representatives, like to the army or something like that, the fighting force, right? That represents that, that family, that nation, okay? That family, basically, okay? Because not necessarily the nation supports the family, it's the monarchy, okay? So, the monarchy is going to send, the monarchy, Al Saud's monarchy is going to send his army out to meet these armies that's coming from, let's say, Syria, okay? That same army that's going to ride with prophet born of a virgin, okay? This army is going to be led by a man who's going to be known also as Mahdi, okay? Al-Mahdi, okay? He's going to ride with prophet born of a virgin, and he's going to protect the prophet born of a virgin, and he's going to be Muslim, okay, along with many of his other, all of the soldiers that are going to be riding with Al-Mahdi, okay, and the military, El Saud is going to help the monarchy. El Saud is going to send, okay, from the house of El Saud, is going to send a military army to try to defeat this army of the Mahdi, right? And Allah is going to cause an earthquake to swallow the army of El Saud up. So when you hear about an army that's been swallowed up in a big earthquake or some manner, you'll know that was that army, and the Mahdi is the prophet born of a virgin will soon be here within, let's say, should be here very soon, within your lifetime, very soon lifetime. Okay, because after the Trump is to ride, the Dajjal is to ride. He's trying to open the door for the Dajjal. Okay? Some people would say give him a chance. Why give the devil a chance? Why give him a chance? Why give poison a chance? Huh? Yes, you're telling everybody else, be brave, be brave. Be green or the yellow pill. That's because you swallowing the green or the yellow pill, I mean the red pill. Everybody's, give him a chance. Do what? Fuck up more? He already showed you where you're going with this. Time to wake up. How many more you gonna lead politicians, faulty politicians? You gonna lead you off like Pied Piper and the Little Rats? Anyway, so when that army gets swallowed up, you'll know the prophet born of a virgin is actually maybe here at that moment. Okay, and that's real. That's real. Okay, so that's the way Christians are going to know. Okay, because and don't think you're gonna be flying around on jets and you know, and that's how you're gonna hear about, you know, his presence. You know, because he's gonna be like every other politician. He's gonna meet with the president. He's gonna meet with this. I don't know. You know, if you're expecting, what I'm saying is, if you're expecting him to act like, you know, the common politicians that you see, you know, and that's how you think you're going to learn of his presence. It's not going to be that way. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm going to go to bed here too.